Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 17 Week 7 BearCave games. We are back for another awesome slate of SFA football. Coming off of some weird sim games, we just saw number 10 Auburn take an L to Kentucky of all teams. But as always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty, ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim an open team, and build them up to be a national champion, where you can actually compete for a real-life national championship trophy, which I think everybody will now be calling the Crystal Yam, along with some home field merch. So it's going to be a really fun week. As always, guys, a couple of reminders is as we're getting towards March. March Madness is an incredible time in the SFA. It's a very important part of our yearly calendar. We run a March Madness bracket, so start paying attention to college football. Get your bracket picks in, and you can get a 90 overall reward player. And on top of that, the Yams or YouTube, the Yam series has been going really well. The Mountain West Championship will be tomorrow, and then there will be more of the GC Lopes content as well. We launched a basketball series over there. First episode's already up if you want to go watch that. So, but without further ado, we'll get on into the SFA slate. Week 7, it's a bit of a weaker slate. BearCave at the tail end will be awesome, but there definitely is going to be some teams today that we don't normally see, which is the beauty of it. It's why we have the rules that we have. We want to see what the nation has to offer. We don't want to get pigeonholed at the end of the year and not know really who's playing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will start out in the Mountain West, where UTEP shocked the world and beat Wyoming, and then ended Jamie Brown's career last week. So we'll see if they can do that to Hawaii. Hawaii 4-1. Kareem Paul is injured. They still are a 14-point favorite. If this is your first time watching, though, BearCave is the 10 best non-game day games. We'll jump in. If it's close, we'll sim to the end and watch the ending. So we'll get started with Hawaii and UTEP. Remember, guys, you have Bobanos. That is the currency on this channel. You can redeem those for raffle tickets and a few other things that can help improve your team. So, are you going to be rocking with Hawaii? Is a 2-touchdown favorite, or is UTEP going to do it again? I don't know if UTEP has the talent to hang with Hawaii. Hawaii, on paper, at least, is a better all-around team than Wyoming is. And also check out the Wyoming-Boise State game if you haven't. At least watch the last couple of minutes. That game was wild. It was one. Wyoming completely gave it away, and they somehow survived. It was probably Travis Etienne, Mushbrain, Fatty, the Fatty, eating all your Bobanos. Alright, so we'll jump in Hawaii and UTEP to get us started on today's slate. Game day will be Notre Dame and UNLV a little bit later. Every single arrow is jiggling. And then as a Patreon member, Florida Man, he wants to choose his jerseys. Remember, if you are interested in checking out Patreon, check out patreon.com/the SFA. And give me a kick or receive, Florida Man. And also, guys, we are getting to March, so Home Field Apparel will be releasing a shitload of content, shitload of new collections. So be on the lookout. Use code SFA for 15% off. But we got the second best offense in the country, 45 points a game. My goodness. Yep, kick. All right. So we are here at the side of the Sicko Sun Bowl. We've been to UTEP quite a bit this year, actually. Worst team on paper in the country, leading their division. So this is a cross-divisional matchup, big opportunity for UTEP. And this would definitely, for all intents and purposes, probably end Hawaii's chances in the Mountain West, especially without their star quarterback, Kareem Paul. So what's going to happen here tonight? Hawaii starts out up 7-0. They're already covering in the first quarter. Oh, it's 3 scores. Much better start than the Wyoming game. 21-0. Is UTEP going to even score a point here tonight? It's 35-3 at halftime. Oh, baby, not a great start here for UTEP. 42-3. Hawaii is just clowning these guys. 49-3 at this point. Not looking good. And it's safe to say we can sim it to the end of this one. 52-3. Can they hit 60? No, they do not. So 52-3 is the final. Lil Lechante had a touchdown catch. SFA player. So Tony Davis, 7 for 26, 113 yards. Ran the ball. They were averaging under 2 yards a carry. Receiving, not much of anything. Defense, couple of TFLs. No sacks on the day. 1 interception for Frank Jones. Couple of deflections. No fumbles. And for Hawaii, Jason Hayden, the redshirt senior, is going to be the starter for the rest of this season. Decent day, 18-30, 282, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Ran for over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then receiving-wise, Little Lechante, SFA player, 6 receptions, 109, and a touchdown. And on defense, 3 total sacks. Remember, Hawaii does have some SFA players on this team, even though Coach Woolley, I guess, fell off the face of the earth. So that will do it here. Not a close game for this one. So that is a Hawaii cover, if you've ever seen one. An emphatic cover, covering by 7 touchdowns. Remember, we always get our player of the game screenshot as well. So if you see my cursor on the screen, that is why. Also, if you guys missed it, the Hall of Fame voting has concluded, and we have 3 inductees this year that will be during conference championships, all from the state of Oklahoma. Gus McFeeters, Sequavius Gates, and Shaquille Wild Goose will all be added to the Hall of Fame. All right, so we're going to keep on rolling here in our Week 7 BearCave slate. Next up, we're going to go to the AAC, and I'm really excited to see how this race shapes up, especially with teams like Coastal not being all that great this year. Rutgers has a chance, man. They're 2-0 to start. I know Coach Kenzie's going through some muting and disciplinary actions by the AD, but they're a 3-point favorite going on the road against Coach Calv, so we'll see what happens here. This is a Rutgers 3-point favorite. We saw this team on game day a couple of weeks ago. So are you rolling with the Scarlet Knights, or are you going with the Cardinals and Finn Fisher? +3 dog at home. Big chance to earn some Bobanos here. 72% of you guys chose the Hawaii cover. Mr. Cryo, you have no room to talk, sir. My goodness. All right, so Rutgers -3 on the road. Let's see if he can get a win. He was 0-15, but now he's on a 2-game win streak. Very even in the poll, exactly what you want. See if Ham Soul can lead this team to a AAC championship and a playoff berth. We got rain, though, at Louisville. Love Louisville jerseys. Scarlet Knights, and I'd love to see Louisville be competitive. All right, Kenzie's not here, so heads and kick. All right, first quarter, how will this game go? Probably will be primarily on the ground. Field goal opens us up, and a looks like a turnover led to a touchdown for Louisville. Early deficit here for the Scarlet Knights. Another field goal. Louisville scoring touchdowns, though. Not looking good for Rutgers. Can they hold? And they do. Okay, so we get to halftime. 1-score game and a quick field goal for Louisville. looked like that was also off a turnover. So Hamsal just not having a good day, it seems, and they miss a field goal here. So it's still 2 scores. Louisville's running away with it at home. Oh, baby, wait a second, though. Can Rutgers make a comeback? They've got to get a stop. Remember, we cannot jump in until the 2-minute mark, and it has to be a 1-score game. It is not currently. So we got to see if Rutgers can make a play. It doesn't look like it. They're going to run out the clock. Oh, baby, what a drive for Louisville there, all on the ground, and that should do it. A statement victory here for Coach Calv at home. He's going to go to 4-2. What a job from Coach Calv. All on the ground here from Ingram. Have yourself a day. So Hamsal on the road, 19 of 40, 277, and 1 touchdown. Running the ball, Hardy under 100 yards. Right above 100 yards. On defense, Crum and Harrington had 9 tackles, 2 TFLs for Jacquez. No sacks, no interceptions, 2 deflections, and no fumbles. So no extracurriculars from the defense. And for Louisville, Finn Fisher, the transfer from over at Tulsa, 14 of 32, 181, and a touchdown. But they ran the ball with ease. Michael Ingram, 4 total touchdowns, 1 through the air, 3 on the ground. And on defense, Leach and Harrison, 7 tackles, couple of TFLs for multiple guys. And they had no interceptions either. A lot of deflections and 3 fumbles. So that is the difference. The 3 fumbles for Rutgers is what changed this game. So Louisville will win outright. So a bit of an upset here. Congratulations to Coach Cal. Big time win in conference, especially at home. Double Concepcion line as well. Yes, sir. So for those of you guys betting, that's a Louisville outright. 29% of you guys were rolling with the Ville. And Louisville's the team that the GC Lopes are going to be playing next in our series. We'll be trying out CPU versus CPU. Remember that Lopes team is full of SFA legends if you want to check it out. First episode's already up on YouTube where we take on Vanderbilt. All right, so next up is we are going to stay in the Northeast as we've got West Virginia and we've got Penn State. I don't know if this has a rivalry name. I want to say Backyard Brawl, but I'm pretty sure that is wrong. I think that's West Virginia and Pitt. Or maybe that's Penn State and Pitt. It's one of those. But rivalry game nonetheless. Penn State is a 9-point favorite at home. So, Dave, if you're here, let me know. Kick or receive since you are the home team. So, are you going to go with PSU? -9. Are you going to go with West Virginia at +9? The new how the conferences are split now, it feels like West Virginia has a big time opportunity. They feel like a bigger program. I feel like they could really, really dominate this conference if Coach Hud took it seriously. So on the road, can West Virginia get a big win? So I don't see Coach Dave, so we'll just go aboard the away team. And Dave said regular home for his jerseys. Nobody wanted to take the risk of West Virginia. Come on. There you go. Easy 500 Bobinas. All right, let's get on into it. Penn State has been a decent surprise here this season. Levi Kazaruni among the nation leaders in passing, the former 5-star. Rejuvenating his career, transferring away from Stanford, where he was the backup for Shu Okani. Stanford is now still undefeated. So trying to get Penn State back to being a competitor, where they made the playoff consistently back in the sim matchup era. West Virginia will win the toss. Here we go. We're at State College. Penn State starts out with a field goal. Quick touchdown for Penn State. West Virginia replies. So West Virginia hanging tough, but they got to put up some field goals here. There they do. That's a touchdown. Penn State retakes the lead. We're going back and forth here. 4-point lead at the break. Penn State extends it. West Virginia, they have one of the best running backs in the country, P.J. Hoop, the SFA player. Penn State's got to be careful. They keep it at a 2-score lead. Remember, we cannot jump in unless West Virginia makes this a 1-score game. The field goal is no good. So there's a chance here for West Virginia, but they've got to find a way to get in the end zone. We're getting close to crunch time. 11 points. Still can't jump in. This is a long drive for Penn State. They may be able to end it here, and they do. Great job for Penn State. They'll maintain the cover as well. So Penn State gets out of there with a cover. Great job here controlling the ground. They even got a returned punt, and it did not matter from P.J. Hoop. So Stephen Barrett, the sophomore, 10 of 24, 176, and an interception. P.J. Hoop, only 62 yards on the ground. He also had 10 yards through the air. Charlie Johnson was the leading receiver. On defense, double-digit tackles for Robert Johnson. 3 TFLs for Marcus Shaw. Mojo Baez only got 2. Interception for Daniel Jenkins. And a couple of deflections. And no fumbles. For Penn State, Levi Cazzaroni, 13 of 28, 175, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jeremy Ward, 175 through the air, 6 a carry, 3 tutties. And Baker led the way through the air. Oh, baby, what a game. 3 different guys getting 2 TFLs, 2 sacks. The interception for Damian Hines. Great job here from Coach Dave. Welcome in, Coach Nathan. Yeah, not a great day for passing. It's been much more running has been the name of the game today. A lot of Concepcion lines. Surprised from that we got that game from Levi Cazzaroni. He's among the leaders in passing yards. All right, so next up is, you're going to add another one here, Pizza, because NC State, they are starting probably the worst quarterback in SFA history. He made a quarterback change after the last 2 weeks have just been abysmal. Miami has a good quarterback, SFA player, Sycamore Crowdis, so we'll see what he can do. This is a 6-point favorite for Miami. New quarterback being picked for NC State. Coach Airborne really missing Poppy Showtime. So Eisen or Airborne, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. So this is Miami -6, or you gonna rock with NC State. They could get it done on the ground. They have one of the better running backs in the country, but they don't really have a quarterback. So Hugh here has watched a man die before. Are you talking about like on a show, in real life? Like, just a fun question. Who's dying? Coach Bob Toledo getting into the weeds here in the chat. I don't think I've ever seen somebody die in real life, like while I'm there. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm missing out. What have you seen, Bob? Yeah, that's true. We all witnessed Wooly die on that Hail Mary. All right, let's get on into it. That Hail Mary was awesome. On the big screen. What is going on in Iowa, Bob? I did not see a Bob Toledo villain arc starting this week on the bye week. So here we go, Miami and NC State critical ACC matchup. We'll go heads and kick. Can Coach Airborne find a way to get a big-time upset at home? They're going to have to rely on the running game. They get a touchdown here. Maybe this quarterback change will help them. They're staying competitive. Good first quarter. Miami, though, they have been really good. They upset Florida State. They've been insane this season. But here comes NC State. I kid you not. The way NC State's been playing, this would be a massive upset. I know it doesn't seem like it, but my God, it's 17-17. Sycamore, they get a tutty. Can NC State reply? Please, they take the lead. Oh, baby, it's going to crunch time. Touchdown, Miami. We need a drive from NC State. They're coming down the field. They're across midfield. Here we go. Oh, it's 4th and 2, and they get it. And we'll jump in, and Miami has the ball. They must have not gotten it. So we need NC State to get a stop here. Sycamore Crowdis, the SFA player. Travis Birch, longtime running back for the Hurricane. Cordell Spicer on the hit, the SFA player. Also, how about Oregon? 63 points, 8 touchdowns from Taylor Prado. What a game from number 3. Sycamore, oh, it's play action from Crowdis. He has the time, all the time in the world. Oh my God, he can build a house back there. He yams it deep. Touchdown, Miami! On your dome! Sycamore Crowdis. What a pass. I mean, you give him that much time, so now it's 2 scores, so we have to go back to the sim side. So unless NC State can make this a game here, and they don't score, so 14-point win for Miami, so that is a cover. They were in danger of not covering there. So we had a return punt as well. Second returned punt on the day. They ended up going for 2 as well. Sycamore Crowdis, the true freshman, goes 18-28, 207, 2 touchdowns. Travis Birch, 138 on the ground as well. 2 touchdowns from Max Young. On defense, West gets 7 tackles, 2 TFLs for Samuel, sacks to Russell and Rollins, no interceptions, couple of deflections, and 2 fumbles for Brady Snyder. And for Rodney Andrews, the 61 overall redshirt freshman, 18-39, 291, 1 touchdown, 46%. I'm going to say this is an incredible start for him, given the situation that they've been going through. Andrew Williams, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mills had 84 through the air. Rogers, 9 tackles, 2 TFLs for Joseph. Onyx Murray, the SFA player, gets 1. No sacks, no interceptions for this defense. 2 deflections and no fumbles, no extracurriculars. But a decent showing here for Coach Airborne. Got to be proud of the boys on that one, considering the circumstances. It's just one of those things. When a team is so quarterback-centric and he goes down, the season's basically lost. Like, Poppy Showtime's gone now for like 10 weeks. They'll be lucky if they reach bowl eligibility this season. And that's one of the fun things about it, is like he might have to take a punishment now to stay at his job just because of a quarterback injury. So next up is we are going to go to Army and BYU. Remember, BYU is now in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is becoming one of the best, if not the best, conference this season. Army's looking strong as a potential independent bid to the playoffs. So a lot of good SFA players on BYU as well. So this one should be a fun time. Army is a 2-point favorite on the road. So let's see what happens. 76% of you guys went with the Miami cover. We've got Army on the road, -2. And we got BYU at home. Earl Snyder Sr., Shamar Winter. So get those Bobinas going. Technically, KJ, Beaver Ball is not your thing. It started at Texas A&M, and now you're taking it over, which is fine, because we need more Beaver Ball in our life. But if you want to learn about the original Beaver Ball, just search Rex Beavers in the server. Rex Beavers is also on the GCU team. Sir, no sir. Okay, KJ, just go watch the highlight video for Texas A&M versus Buffalo Rose Bowl in Season 14. That is one of the greatest moments in the SFA history. Pure Beaver Ball. Incredible game. Also, Oregon State does not have a win in conference yet, so I don't know. Yeah, just because you won your 4 out-of-conference games. Win a conference game, and then we can talk. True, if you remove the losses, you are undefeated. But then, you don't have any quality losses, though, so it's a give and take. Would you rather be undefeated with no quality losses, or have a couple quality losses? Something to think about. Hell yeah, we're ranking Florida. Decorian Thunder on your dome. I'm so glad Florida took down Tennessee. That was awesome. Alright, so heads and kick as always. So it looks like Army will start with the rock. Here we go. Can they get a big-time non-conference win? Remember, these independent teams, the best one is going to the playoffs. So they're probably going to be in that like 13th or 14th seed, and they're going to have to be going on the road to a really hard team. So it's going to be crazy to see who winds up getting it. But Army's playing well on the road here tonight. 14-7, BYU has on their back foot. Here comes Army. They're ranked for a reason. The Algos apparently love these guys. We're into the fourth quarter. BYU needs to do something here, and they can't get it done. Earl Snyder Sr. not having a good game. It's a 3-score game at this point. Oh, BYU getting embarrassed on the home turf. BYU, what are you doing? They make it a little bit better on the stat sheet, but that's an Army cover. All right, maybe the Army lovers are onto something here. Army with one heck of a game. You got Andy Gatewood, 6 for 12, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. A lot of different guys getting carries. This is like a beautiful triple option right here. Eric Montoya, former Oklahoma Sooner, 3 for 16 his redshirt senior year. A lot of different guys getting 7 tackles. Mason, Wright, and Reed getting 2 TFLs. Wright with a sack. Interception goes to Fernando. 3 deflections. 1 forced fumble for Vernon Nelson. And for BYU, Earl Snyder Sr., 20 of 49, 294, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Shamar Winter only 32 yards on the ground today. Archie with the tutty. Denman and Miller with double-digit tackles. 4, 3, and 2 TFLs. 2 sacks as well. Like, they were getting after him. They just couldn't score any points. Hey, KJ, if you keep winning, you'll find your way onto stream. Just keep winning the layups against Mississippi State, and you'll be just fine. All right, so that is a Army cover for those of you guys counting at home. 64% of you guys going nutty, so we've only had one upset so far today. Looks like we got a Dr. Chalkhead type day today on BearCave. Okay, Jay, is he flirting with a perfect BearCave submission? We've never had anybody go perfect. Tribe had one miss a couple of seasons ago. All right, next up, we are going to the Patreon Game of the Week, Georgia Tech and Duke. I was shocked that this got chosen, but two undefeated ACC teams. We'll see if Coach Mike can get back in the saddle here. They're a 13.5-point favorite, so Mike, if you're here, let me know what you would like to do. Pick or receive, of course. So 13.5 is the line. We'll see if Duke is for real. They have a couple of wins here. We'll see what happens. Coach Mike did not submit jerseys, so you can also let me know jerseys if you're here. Yeah, Duke is not very good on paper, but vibes are immaculate. Remember, overall doesn't necessarily always matter. All right, I don't see Coach Mike, so we'll just go with his regular receive. Here we go. Come on, keep it close, Duke. Let's see some more Kaioyama shenanigans. I love watching them live. We need a Georgia Tech game day. An entire game of Kaioyama just shitting himself. It would be amazing. So Georgia Tech looking good, back in the rankings after a rough start. We'll see what happens. Caleb Hardy there, best fullback in the nation. And here we go. First quarter. And a score for Duke early. They got a field goal. They can't contain Georgia Tech. But that was a very long drive. The best way to beat these type of teams is time of possession. And Georgia Tech's not scoring. We've got they score right before half. It's 14-3. Duke hanging tough. It's currently a cover, but Georgia Tech turns them over. This one now is starting to get out of hand here. Duke trying to cover at least as we enter the fourth quarter. Can Duke get it done? Oh, we're in cover territory now. And if they score here, there's 5 minutes left, folks. Oh, my God! It's a 5-point game! Here come the Blue Devils! Can they get a stop? It's currently a no cover, and it's fourth down. We're going to get to see Duke attempt it. No way. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Here we go, guys. 28-23. Duke has the ball. Can they upset Georgia Tech on the road? This would be insane. He yams it over the middle. It's a first down. The Duke Blue Devils, 3-2. They've never amounted to really anything. They have one SFA player. He was a reject, Otis Duffy. I think he's like a 68 overall running back. So here come the Blue Devils. Clean pocket, dumps it off, and he pushed out. That's Trevor Greer for 3. Just under 2 minutes, full timeouts. A touchdown should win the game. Dwight Sykes, the quarterback. 3 wide. Clean pocket, dumps that off. There'll be another first down. Big hit over the middle. Jenkins hangs on. We've seen Georgia Tech quite a few times on BearCave this season live lose a heartbreaker. Will they do it again? Duke over the middle, hits his man, and it's incomplete. Down it goes. Sykes, not a great day. But anytime you have an opportunity, you got to strike. This would be a massive victory for the Blue Devils. Split backs. Sykes yams it deep. Open man. Oh, they ran verticals on cover 2. 39 yards. Here come the Blue Devils. The yam works. They're in the red zone. Split backs. It's a keeper for Sykes. And oh, is that a face mask? They're not calling it. Rowan Willows. The SFA player makes the tackle. So minute 10 left. 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. We're in the full house. Takes the handoff, play action, dumps it short, and they can't break through. Eddie Moses gets 1. Clock continues to roll. 3rd and 9. Split backs. Sykes has time, dumps it off, and down he goes. Game on the line. 4th and 10. Can Georgia Tech get off the field? What is the call for the Blue Devils? 4th and 10 to shock the world. Sykes drops back, clean pocket, yams it deep, tipped away! Lincoln Rain seals the deal. So we got to watch him kneel it out to make sure they get their win here. The hair on the back of all Georgia Tech fans was starting to stand up a little bit. But they clutched it up. It will be a Georgia Tech no cover as long as Kai Oyama doesn't screw the pooch. So it looks like they will have to snap the ball one more time. Will they run a real play in? No, they will not. So Duke puts up a valiant effort, but they will not steal one here in Atlanta. Coach Mike gets off the field with a win as he breathes a sigh of relief. It has not been an easy year for the Yellow Jackets, but a win is a win, folks. Yeah, surely Kai has never screwed the pooch in a game. He is your player of the game, though, this week. But really impressed with what we saw from Duke, able to fight from back down. It was like 28-10, and they almost got it. Very impressive job from the Duke Blue Devils. Glad we got to watch that. See, that's a game that typically is not going to make a game day or a BearCave setting. So now we've got 4 really good games coming at you guys. So now we're into kind of the normal standard for games as we are in a bit of a light week. Then we have game day with Coach Huey Notre Dame and Coach Cryo in UNLV. Boom, boom. They almost had the tutty, but Lincoln Rain makes the play, the 5-star freshman. So 2 passing touchdowns for Kai Oyama. Normally don't see that from him. 13 for 22, 166, and 2 touchdowns for the redshirt freshman. Hardy led the way in yardage. Hunter got 55 yards. Spreading it around through the air. Remember, this is a triple option team. Herschel Swancoat, the SFA player, 8 tackles, 2 TFLs, along with Napoleon Steele, SFA player. He was the reward player for raffle tickets. Make sure you guys redeem those. He has a sack today. And then Cedric Hawkins with an interception. Dwight Sykes goes 21 of 46, 300 yards, 1 interception. Greer here 87 yards. The SFA player Otis Duffy, 1 attempt for 6 yards. And on defense, Preston, 10 tackles, 3 TFLs for Green. Sack goes to Adams. No interceptions. 1 deflection on the day. No fumbles. And Duke cannot complete the upset. But for those of you guys scoring at home, that is a no cover. So the 11% of you guys that put the money on Duke, congratulations. That was a tough one. Great pick. And hopefully a nice payout for you guys. All right, next up, we are going down to the SEC, where the girls sleep with their boyfriends' dads. And the girl, I don't know if you've been on Twitter today, but Ole Miss Twitter is wild in today. All right, so we got Tennessee and Georgia. So, Coach Nick, if you're somehow here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. Tennessee is a 7-point favorite. Georgia at +7. Georgia's battling a lot of injuries this season, though, so they're not really truly a 90 overall. They're without their quarterback or their top receiver. Jorge Mooney and Sonic Van Eagle are both out for an extended period of time. So Tennessee had the loss to Florida, but they're doing what they always do. Early season losses, then they go on a run to win the division. They won the Citrus Bowl last year. They do have the best roster on paper this year. Is it the year of the volunteer? Get those Babanas in. Get those bananas going. Fourth best defense in the country against a crippled offense. What could go wrong for Georgia? But we are in Athens here. 7-point road favorite. Heads and kick like usual. Here we go. 7 minutes on the clock for both sides. And Georgia gets field goal to start it. Touchdown Tennessee, but they miss the extra point. They'll add a touchdown this time. 10-point lead here early. Georgia responds with a tutty of their own. They tie it up. Quick touchdown for Tennessee. They're driving again. Georgia, and they can't do anything before the half. Here we go. Second half in action. Georgia is hanging in there. They get a field goal. Can they hang on? Defense should be at full strength. Tennessee, though, they add a touchdown. That is tough to come back from, but a touchdown for Georgia. So now we're close. We're going one play at a time. Can Georgia get the ball back? That is the question. Driving down is Tennessee. Not looking good. It's 1st and goal. On the 2. Can Georgia find a way to get a stop and get the ball back? Fullback dive, and he falls forward. They won't give him the end zone. So the first timeout comes on out for Georgia. They're on the inch. What's the call for the Volunteers? Duke's in the backfield. Dennis Martell as well. 4 wide. Will they throw this? No, that's a keeper for Dukes, and he's stuffed. 3rd down. Can Georgia complete the goal line stand? It's on the 1. 4 wide again. You got to think, though, it's read option. Only 3 down linemen it is. It's a keeper. Dukes, he doesn't get there. What a stop from the Georgia Bulldogs. 4th and goal. Tennessee will take the field goal to go up by 8. So Georgia will get their chance with a goal line stand. Great job there from Georgia, hanging tough. So you're in front of your home fans, minute 43, no timeouts. Here we go, the return. They will just kneel it. They haven't led since it was 3-0 in the first quarter. Here come the Bulldogs. Trip McNeil, SFA player, top of your screen. Here is the pass. Just a quick dump off here. I don't know who the backup quarterback is. Billy Williams was the receiver. Joe Harris is the quarterback. 22 of 40. Decent day for him. He has some aura with that number 2 as he yams that one. That's a catch. The mid-screen works to perfection. James Nash for 8. Here comes Georgia. Starting to feel pretty good now. Harris has some aura. They got these guys on their back foot. They're pressing. Bring a safety. Dump that off again. Wide open underneath. Oh, he breaks a few tackles. Billy Williams gets a first down. They're across the 50 now. Minute 13 left in the game. No timeouts. They bring a couple linebackers. He yams it deep down the right side, and it's intercepted. It's going the other way. It's Billy Hamilton, the SFA player, or Bucky Hamilton, the true freshman. Billy Williams got in my head there, but that's Bucky Hamilton, the number 1 player that Nick spent his entire budget on last year. He wins the game. We haven't seen him play much because Nick's been non-existent. So, we'll see Tennessee kneel it out a couple of times. Great win for them. SFA player bails them out. And that will do it. So Tennessee wins by 8. So that will end up being a cover. You hear Rocky Top raining through the stadium. KJ claiming he's 7 for 7. So Tennessee escapes at home here. They do look vulnerable. Remember, this is a weaker Georgia team than normal. So while we're waiting, I guess I'll pay you guys out. 80% of you guys went with the cover. Yes, Tennessee escapes at home. That's what we're going with. Bucky Hamilton saves the day. So Dennis Martell gets a 79-yard run. So Adam Dukes, 20-32, 238, 2 touchdowns, 62%. Martell, 181 and a touchdown. Dukes, 45 himself. Slaughter led the way through the air. Vandersloot with 14 tackles, 2 TFLs for BB, Jordan, and Vandersloot. 2 sacks, 1 for BB, 1 for Rogers. Interception was for Bucky Hamilton. A couple of deflections and no fumbles. For Georgia, Joe Harris, the junior, 24 of 43, 342, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Run the ball, Aaron Black, 17 for 62 and a touchdown. Trip McNeil, the SFA player, 7 receptions for 127. And on defense, Allen gets 8 tackles, 4 different TFLs, sack for Logan Barrett, 2 deflections, and no fumbles. So that will do it here from Athens. Oh, wait. Tennessee was not at home. Sorry, Georgia was at home. So a road win. All right. My bad. All right, so that's a Tennessee cover. All right, next up, we are going to the Pac-12, where a lot of you guys wanted game day to go, but you didn't vote for it, so tough luck. But we got Arizona going on the road against Washington State. This is a 13-point favorite for Arizona. So get those Bobinas going. Coach Hunt has done brilliant work here at Arizona. And same thing with Skyflyer, making this team really good. Yeah, tough sledding for Washington State. There's some stinkers, but Washington State does run the triple option, which obviously makes them a little bit better than the overalls indicate. And they have a really good quarterback running it. Kamura Gekakara keeps them in a lot of games. All right, let's get on into it. Arizona up to a number 11 in the nation. 13-point favorite on the road. One of the top threats to Oregon right now. Here we go. Wazoo at home. A lot of people wanted this for game day, but once again, you did not vote for it, so womp womp. They're not even here for their game, so womp womp. So here we go. Can Wazoo shock the world? Skyflyer's looking for a statement win, a career win at this program. He really hadn't done anything of note since he was at Houston. So, heads and kick. Arizona led by Raquise Moxie and five-star freshman Malik Phillips. So they have dual freshmen that are leading the way on offense, and they're undefeated. So Arizona could be good for a while. They got a core brewing. But here comes Wazoo. They're up 10 early. Hold your horses. Wazoo is continuing to run. It's the third quarter. They're dominating. 31-10. Arizona, what is happening? It's in the fourth quarter. Wazoo. It's a two-score game. Are they going to get a quick tutty here to make this close? Or we can't jump in unless it's a one-score game. They're about to make it one score. Oh, a big penalty there, though. Fourth down. We can't jump in. And that's incomplete. Oh, it looks like quarterback got hurt. So Washington State may have just stolen one here. Wait a second. They get the score. So 28 seconds. They have all their timeouts, so they technically could get this back. The onside kick. Oh, it's bouncing. Who has it? Arizona has it. Oh, baby. Arizona with a successful onside kick. They are in yam range. They have all timeouts. Can they get it done? The snap, the yam, he catches it on the sideline. Oh, he almost breaks away. Don Gardner with a big-time catch. Here comes Arizona. Ben Hargrove, backup quarterback. So Moxie is out. The starting quarterback is out with injury. Hargrove yams it, and oh, and another catch. They have all the time in the world with these 3 timeouts, and they're still using the sideline to perfection. Can they get this to overtime? It would be an insane comeback. They hand it off to Malik Phillips. What are you doing? They have to run a timeout now. Need a touchdown here. 14 seconds. Inside the 24 wide. Coach Hunt trying desperately to avoid the upset. Hargrove has time, steps up. Yams, caught! Dawn Gardner ties the game! What a comeback here for the Wildcats. They're going for 2! They're going for the win! What a big dick move, and they call a timeout on defense. Will they do it again? They are! Going for 2, the big dick move. Can they win it in regulation? Oh, they're going to call a timeout again. All right, they have one more timeout, and now they kick the extra point. Boo! After 2 timeouts, they finally decide to take it at OT. Washington State barely surviving there. They saw their life flash before their eyes, and now Washington's calling a timeout on the kickoff. What is happening? So here comes Washington State now. 5 seconds. Will we see them try something, or are we going to OT? Washington State, I think, was up 31-10 at one point in this 4th quarter. Kimura Gekakara, the SFA quarterback, number 98. They will just kneel it out, and we're going to OT, baby. (31-31). We've got free football, baby. What a game thus far. Aren't you glad this didn't make game day? It would have been a bloodbath. So inside, here comes Arizona. And it looks like Hargrave is still in there, so no Moxie. So the backup quarterback probably the rest of the way. Yams it deep, first play, it's a 50-50, and Wesley Bay, the SFA player, knocks it away. Testing the freshman here early. Empty now. 2nd and 10 for Zona. Hargrove, 4-man rush, floats out, that's risky, it's knocked away again, Wesley Bay! The freshman SFA player dominating this OT session. 3rd down. Throw it to the other side of the field. They hand it off to Malik Phillips on 3rd and 10, and he gets close. The 5-star SFA player. He only has 18 yards on the day. Will they go for it? No. So Arizona settling for 3 here in the OT period. The kick is up. It's 34 yards, and it's good. We'll see this game coming up in a little bit. That is not a real score. So 34-31. A touchdown wins it. Here for Wazoo, it would be the best win Skyflyers' career. Yams that one over the middle, and it's caught. Not really known for his passing, but makes the play there. Kimura Gekakara has 4 passing touchdowns today as Rock Captain makes the tackle. 2nd and 1. Man in motion. It's a throw for Kimura. He floats it, and it's incomplete. So a stop here for Arizona. We'll be going to double OT. Can they get off the field? 3rd and 1. Will they run the ball? They give it a jet sweep and they get the first. Kamoko Kisser, and he goes down with injury. The SFA running back. Oh no. So the backup's going to have to come in. They need 12 yards. Everybody going down. Kimura does not pitch it. He loses 2 yards. John Lundy on the tackle. Remember, Arizona without Magnus Hannibal for pretty much the rest of the season. One of the best defensive linemen in the country. 2nd and 12. Kimura. Man in motion. Jet sweep. Brought down instantly. Lewis loses yardage. Mark Morgan on the tackle. It's 3rd and 1,000,000. Can Arizona survive? A touchdown wins the game. 3 wide. Gekakara, he drops back to pass, and he evades 1 and 0. It felt like that might have been a fumble. So to tie the game, a 32-yarder from right hash. The kick, it's up, and it is good! Double OT, baby. So now Washington State will start with the rock. As we've got free football here in the Pac-12. Arguably the best conference this season. Yams it! Oh, that's a touchdown first play! Touchdown, Matt Smith! Wazoo takes the lead! Broken coverage. Touchdown! 1 play! Unreal play right there. The 5th passing touchdown on the day for Kimura Gekakara. Now Arizona needs a touchdown to keep this going. They'll hand it off. Malik Phillips has not had a good day on the ground. Not here either. The 5-star freshman only has 18 yards. Under 2 yards a carry for him. No Requise Moxie. He's out. So Arizona staring their first loss of the year straight in the face. Hargrove dumps that short. It's caught. They go upfield. That's Ollie Munch, the SFA tight end. Freshman, his 2nd catch of the day. Great job, though, by Ben Hargrove, keeping them in this game, battling back, tying it up. But it's 3rd and 5. They're desperate, and they're empty set. What is the call? Drops back, 3-man rush over the middle, wide open. It's a levels concept. And it's a first down for Don Gardner. He has been so good for them since we've been watching him today. He had the touchdown to tie it up. Can they get another? 14 yards away. Back in the pistol. 2 tight ends. Hand off to Malik Phillips. He has a hole. He cuts upfield. He gets about 9. Who is going to take over? Who's going to make the game-sealing play? 5 yards between Arizona and triple OT. 2nd and 1. Hargrove. He has time and throws it out the back of the end zone. 3rd and 1. Hey, Mills, did it occur to you that this game would not have been close in a game day setting? And that having it on BearCave is what actually made it worth watching? 3rd and 1. Jet sweep to the outside. He breaks the tackle, and they don't give him the first. Game is going to be on the line right here. 4th and inches. Wazoo could get the upset right here. What is the call? The snap, it's a throw. Hargrave, Yam, touchdown! Deshaun Prince, the SFA player, keeps it going. What a snag. The last player Dogwater recruited for this team. And they are going for 2. They want to end it right here. No more shenanigans. To win the game. The handoff to Malik Phillips. He gets it. Arizona walks it off. And they will remain undefeated. Down goes Wazoo. What a game. Incredible job here from the Wildcats. Battling back from down multiple scores. No quarterback. They found a way to stay perfect. Arizona survives. And that'll be an Arizona no cover. Holy Toledo, what a game. And shout out to Hargrove for leading the way, man. And for Wazoo, that one's going to sting. The difference between 4-2 and 3-3 is so big when you're trying to make a bowl game. That's crazy. And that's our number 5 Instant Classic. We've been doing this for like 12 years. That was a great one. But look at this. I mean, you got a 55-yard pass to Zuma. He was going nutty here today. And let's look at this. It was, if we look at this, entering the fourth quarter, it was 31-10. And they give up 3 straight touchdowns. I'm sick. 21-point lead blown in the fourth quarter. So, Requise Moxie had a good game himself. Hargrove come in, and he played just as well. Malik Phillips wasn't really all that good. He might have left for injury for most of the game and came back. Marcus McKinnon had a great day, but the shout-out is for Don Gardner. The sophomore, 69 overall, was insane today. Bomani Emons, 11 tackles, 4 TFLs. Weirdly enough, they dominated TFLs. No sacks, no picks. The defense did not play well here tonight. Kamura Gekakara, 15 of 29, 281, and 5 touchdowns. My goodness. They really couldn't run the ball all that well. But now both these teams are going to have injury questions going into tomorrow. Requise Moxie, is he going to be missing time? Is Kamoko Kisser going to be missing time? Couple of fumbles there for Arizona as well. But Arizona survives. It's a no cover. So those of you guys that picked Washington, that's 17% of you guys. Congratulations. That is a hefty load. That is a big-time upset. So no cover. I mean, they didn't complete the upset, but it was a crazy no cover for sure. All right, so we continue on here as next up we are going down to Alabama. So Coach Tribe, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. They try to stay atop the SEC. 4-1 versus 4-1. And also, if you want a special jersey, let me know. This is a 4.5-point favorite for the Gators. So, Florida or Alabama? Florida's better on paper. Alabama, though, they're having a decent year for once. They haven't been good since season 13 with E.J. Irons. So after this game, we got one more game on BearCave, which will be Illinois and Ohio State. And then we'll take about a 5-minute break and come back for game day. So I don't see Tribe, so we'll just go with heads and kick unless he replies. But the Korean Thunder going on the road to Brian Denny. Already 3-0 in SEC play. Florida making a strong case to get to the SEC championship. And like clockwork, the Korean Thunder playing in the rain. How will Alabama do? It always helps the Gators. Let's see what they can do. Or can the Tide turn it on and upset the Gators? Heads and kick, here we go. Alabama will start with the ball, and they go backwards. Oh, the drive ends. Florida scores. Here comes Florida up 10-0 early on. 4.5-point favorites. Alabama comes back with a field goal. The Gators 17-3, already a masterclass, but Alabama gets a late touchdown to stay in it. That is massive for morale. Can they come out in the second half reeling? Florida adds a score. 24-10 entering the fourth quarter. Alabama's got to do something here. 31-10, where have we seen this comeback before? Just in the last game. Can Alabama do it? It doesn't look like it. Florida Gators, it's 38-10, dominating the Tide. 41-17, and the Korean Thunder once again dominates the rain. Another epic performance here for the Florida Gators, top 5 in the country. The Korean Thunder, 16-25, 250 with 3 touchdowns. Brigham gets 147 and 2 tutties as well. Roderick Black, though, not many carries. He might have gotten hurt, so that's something to keep an eye on. But Burnett had 83, and Cornett, the SFA player, 1 catch, 1 touchdown, very efficient. On defense, 10 tackles for McCarthy, 4 TFLs for McCarthy, and 3 for Brown. 2 sacks for Brown as well. No interceptions. 1 deflection for Raven Roebuck, and the fumble for Alfonso McCarthy. What a game for him. For Alabama, Jeff Newton, the true freshman, he's going to be really good. 21-36, 271, and a tutty. Run the ball, Lindsey, 84 yards and a touchdown. Tim Baker, over 100 yards. 12 tackles, 2-2-2. Sack for Toby Thomas. 2 deflections. The forced fumble for Josh Leak. And that will do it. Florida with a big-time win. That's a Florida cover for those of you guys scoring at home. %72% of you guys went with the Florida cover. Alright, so now we're going into the final game of BearCave today. It's been a fun one. We are going to the Big Ten, where Illinois coming off of a game day loss where the defense kind of got exposed, but Scotty Bean had a really impressive second half, kept them somewhat in that game. So now they go on the road to face an Ohio State team that just got upset by the Iowa Hawkeyes. So who you got? Ohio State, they are a 7.5-point favorite at home. Or are you rocking with the Bean? Can Illinois shock the world here? Prove to everybody that they were not a fluke before the game day game. So receive in heads, thank you Cam. And then jersey-wise, he wants all orange for on the road. Should have not worn that all blue on the game day game. Orange is definitely better. So last chance to do Bob and Us here on BearCave. We'll have one more chance in the game day game between Notre Dame and UNLV. So get those things moving. Remember, guys, all VODs will be available later on tonight. Tomorrow, you'll get highlights from our game day game and the Mountain West Championship against Nevada for the Yellowstone Yam series over on YouTube. We also have a new series featuring a bunch of SFA players doing NCAA Basketball 10 March Madness Legacy mod. If you want to check that out, first episode's already out. So here we go. Illinois going on the road to face Ohio State. We are at the shoe. Place we've been year after year, time after time for the but it seems like the last 5 years we've been saying, is Ohio State back? And then they have an injury, they go 8-4, or they go 9-3 and lose to Michigan. Whatever the case, they've not been back for quite a while. It felt like they were back this year, but then Iowa just derailed them. Can they slough that off and take down the Bean, or will the Bean dominate the Buckeye and ruin their year again? Here we go. The best game on BearCave today. Massive ass American flag. Receive head is all Cam wants. And he will not get it. Wait, he will! Indirectly receiving the head. Here we go. First series, and no score early on. Defensive game. Illinois gets one. Ohio State, they battle back, tie the game. Can they take the lead? Yes, they do with a field goal. Illinois responds 17-10 at halftime, Ohio State. Illinois has to come out firing on all cylinders. They don't. The defense is struggling again. Same thing with the offense, but wait, here they come. The fourth quarter, the Bean gets a tutty. Here we go. Can they get a stop? Oh, baby, it's a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Defensive, or no, it's a safety, I guess. What? We're going to have to see what happened. I thought it was a touchdown, maybe not, or maybe it was and they missed an extra point. Who knows, but we're going live. Here we go, one play at a time. They have the ball. Scotty Bean, they're on a drive, and they score a field goal to take the lead. I have no idea what happened. All you need to know is Illinois has the lead right now. Here comes Ohio State, and they get a big one! An 83-yard touchdown to Stone! The defense is absolutely pooping themselves. I thought it was as well. It must have been a safety. So here comes the Bean. And they get a big one. No, Scotty Bean throws an interception. I thought it was 1st and goal for Illinois. They've got to stop them now. And they get a touchdown. It's 2 scores. We can't jump in. Oh, what a disaster here for Illinois. They need a quick score. 3rd and 10. Oh my God, it's 4th down. They get it! Come on, we can't jump in. Remember, it has to be 1-score game. And a nice 15-yard penalty. That's more than 15 yards, but we'll take it. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Illinois! And it's Scotty Bean. So the 2-point conversion's no good. So it's a 6-point game. We'll jump in. Onside kick. Now they have all 3 timeouts, so they still have a chance if they don't get it. Recovered by Ohio State. Can they force the fumble? No, they can't. So this is when the defense has to put up or shut up. The defense needs a stop. Can Ohio State clinch the victory? Minute 16. The handoff to the left side. They got to make a play. Broken tackle brought him down. They let Vondell Bronco embarrass them here. Why does the coach have the back of the arm sleeves? Did you see that? Dude thinks he's a player. 2nd and 13. They still got a chance here. It's a keeper for Vincent Hoffman. He's really good on the ground, and he gets 6. One of the better scramblers in the country, but he has really bad injury problems. He's had 2 season-ending injuries in his career. He had a knee injury and Achilles tear. 3rd and 7. To win the game for Ohio State. 4-man rush over the middle. It's caught, and they bring him down. but it might be field goal range. And it is. So the field goal to put it to 2 scores and to win it. 48 yards from left hash. Can Ohio State dome the bean? Yes, they do! So we have to go back to the sim because we're down 2 scores. Can Scotty Bean lead the way? They get a few big plays. And a touchdown! They do it again! We are going to watch now. 37-35. Illinois still alive. They're dead, but they're alive. "14 seconds left. They need this one. It's caught. And fumble? No. Chip Smith gets it. So victory formation here for Ohio State. What an attempt, though, from Illinois, proving that they are no fluke. A tough loss on the road for Illinois, but a great showing, in my opinion. So that will be an Ohio State no cover. Tough loss there for Illinois. But a great job by Ohio State coming back from the Iowa loss, coming home and getting a big ranked win. So 57% of you guys thought Illinois would cover, and they did. So congratulations. We had a couple of people going for a undefeated BearCave week, and they didn't get it, I guess. Both KJ and I guess Pablo was going for it, too. Coach Flame, we all know you'll be back. As the Illa Buck stares right into Cam's soul. Womp womp, they baited a fumble touchdown, instead gave you a safety. Nasty work. Look at that Illibuck. Dude is seriously just staring at me. $507. Yeah, that's not... he's only going to get, like, maybe a few matchups in. So 37-35 is the final here. And yeah, so they gave you a safety. But look at all this scoring in the fourth quarter. That was a wild fourth quarter. So Scotty Bean, 22 of 42, 309, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. McKeever, 78 yards, but Bean had 5 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's looking like Stan Reisner on the Yams. Justin Carter, 108, 1 touchdown. 12 tackles for Quan Gillard, the freshman. Big-time game for him. 3 different guys got 2 TFLs. The sack for Brunner. No interceptions for the defense. No deflections. 2 fumbles, though. DeJoki having a good day. No, there's no... Yeah, you can't jump into the highlights unless it's something we watched, unfortunately. On game day, we could. Vincent Hoffman, 15 of 23, 274, and 3 touchdowns. Pat Stone dominated that fourth quarter, 95 yards and a touchdown, and he also had the 83-yarder as well in the fourth quarter, which really set them apart. What a game for him. Mike Harris, 9 tackles, 3 TFLs for Rice. No sacks. The interception goes to Jamal Cook. And no fumbles. So Ohio State escapes. And all that's going to be left is game day. But before we get out of here on a BearCave stream, we always preview next week. Next week should be a lot better slate than this week was. At least more options. So we will see what the scheduling gods, Coach Rick, have in store for us. So this is a Ohio State no cover for those of you guys just joining. Alrighty. So we just want to make sure this is the last game of the week, and it is. No exceptions to the game day rule. Hawaii and Wyoming. Auburn, Georgia Tech. That could be a good one. Auburn, they lost this week, so they're gonna lower the rankings. Florida State, East Carolina, so already way better options this week. Iowa State, Texas Tech. Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio State, Purdue, Tulane, Ole Miss. That's a fun one. Red River rivalry, as always, is always fun. Indiana, Notre Dame, a little in conference or in state action, I should say. And number 1 versus potentially number 2. We'll see how the rankings flesh that one out. But obviously, already been on game day, so we'll be on BearCave. Memphis and Navy. Iowa, Michigan State. Florida, Kentucky. Missouri, Kansas State. Has to be after week 10, and this is only week 7. This would be week 8. Western Kentucky, Florida Atlantic. That is a massive game for the Sun Belt. That will be on BearCave. Buffalo, Cincinnati. So a lot better slate. Look at this. Washington undefeated. UCLA. Their only loss is to Oregon. I'm telling you guys, the Pac-12 is stacked this year. Stanford undefeated as well. Miami, Clemson. 2 one-loss teams in the Sun Belt. So many great games this week. This is a great slate. Baylor and Kansas. And that will do it. Alright, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Alright. I'll just take a second to tell you why the rules are the way they are. Because in like Season 8, Season 9, Season 10, Season 11, Season 12... because I think we started this rule in Season 13 or maybe Season 12. But before that, we would just watch whatever was the best game. Or whoever was voted. There was no rules. And we would have 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in a season watching the same team. And that's fine. But then, if that team falls off a cliff late in the year, and you get to conference championships, or you get to the playoff, we haven't been exposed to any of these other teams because we're watching the same 1 or 2 teams. If we just watch Nebraska, just watch Minnesota, just watch Oregon all year, then we're not going to know any of the other storylines or any of the other teams. The purpose of the rule is the first 10 weeks, we get 20 unique teams exposed on game day. That gives us a nice umbrella. Then after that, on the road to conference championships, we will watch the teams that matter the most or the best games. That way we at least have a bit more exposure across the country, and it has worked wonders for the last 6 or 7 seasons. It's given us a lot better opportunity to see who's actually good, and especially in a year where anybody wins their conference is going to the playoff, it's worth watching other teams. BearCave is just as big of a game as game day. You saw that with Arizona and Washington State. It was the game of the day. So that's why the rule exists. There's no exceptions. So, alrighty guys, I'm gonna be back in about 5-10 minutes for game day. I just gotta get it set up. Yeah, VODs will be available later on tonight. We got recruiting tonight as well. Flipping commits as well. And yeah, so I'll see you guys here in a couple minutes. Thanks for watching.